All right, y'all, we back with another video. Obviously, it's been some time since the last one, so we are here finally getting back into it. We're going to be going over some news. This is going to be regarding both the global version and the JP version. So I believe first up, we should just start off with global because it's pretty quick, and I feel like I kind of want to talk a little bit more about what we're going to be getting in JP itself. And global is going to kind of be like something that you'll just kind of, take with your own eyes. You'll just kind of you'll feel it. You know what I'm saying? All right. So this is, of course, I'm pretty sure this is due to data mining that they found out that we are going to be having a rerun banner. And I mean, honestly, it's kind of weird that we're already like they're already like prepping for a rerun banner and everything. Now, I did mention this before previously to a lot of people, but realistically, you didn't have to pull for these characters like the hidden inventory and premature death arc because they got reruns on JP, and pretty much global is kind of following the same pattern as JP, where everything that JP has gotten global will get as well, and that is of course so far as we see, including the rerun banners. So uh as you can see here, we have the rerun banners, which is kind of crazy. So it says return featured, so that's how you know it's a rerun. It's not just a basic fucking thing. So there's Gojo, then we have Ghetto, and then we have Toji. So of course, at some given point in the near future, in my opinion, it seems very likely to be before the half anniversary. I'd say so myself, right? Because at the pacing that we have been going with releasing all the characters, there's no reason to kind of release these characters after anniversary. It would make more sense to release them a little bit before anniversary. So we'll see. Obviously, this is interchangeable, and global has more power in the direction of when of releasing banners. So we'll see. But I definitely think it's probably going to be before anniversary. I'm not going to lie to you. It's kind of crazy though. At least when it does return, surely the standard banner update will be already live, and they'll be in there. So you'll kind of get some extra value too whenever you are pulling. But I mean, that's going to be for every banner going forward. So yeah, like I mentioned before, if you were to get a character out of these three characters, I feel like the highest priority would definitely be Toji if you don't have Yuta. So if you still haven't pulled for any of these characters yet, while they're still on global, you definitely want to pick up Toji if you don't have Yuta, just because there's not a lot of good red DPSs out there. So you're definitely going to want to have him. And then Gojo, he's very nice, very the strongest yellow character, to date. I mean, obviously you'll have other options, especially characters who are more limited compared to him, like Yuji, but they won't be for some time. And even though they're less consistent, they definitely do have a higher damage output. But people prefer Gojo just because he doesn't leave. It's Gojo, and what's it called? He has some pretty good survivability usage for the entire team. But yeah, anyways, this is not really too much of a conversation about them. I just kind of wanted to point that out, that there is going to be a rerun in the near future. So it's kind of weird to me that they're still kind of proceeding with the rerun, despite the fact that we are at a quicker pace than JP. So I don't understand why. Like, I get it, they're just trying to copy everything, but they don't have to be a complete exact copy and paste of JP. It's just ridiculous. Like, some of these things don't even make sense with how the timeline of Global is right now. So, yeah. Anyways, we're going to move on to the next piece of information. So we do have, I guess you can consider this data mining, right? For a future event that we're going to be getting. Future event and banner, and this is basically going to be the green Maki. I don't remember what the memory does, and we're going to be getting the event, and then of course the event's going to have a free memory. This is the standard formula for how they release events and characters. Green Maki is not a bad character. She's a pretty overall good green DPS character. She isn't very difficult to use, very simple, straightforward, miles better than the red Maki. So if you definitely need a green DPS, you don't have Hollow Purple Gojo, she's not that bad. Hollow Purple Gojo is still better than her, but she's definitely powerful, and she doesn't leave, right? Like Hollow Purple Gojo. So that is that one bonus to her. Unless you really love Maki, I would probably not pull on this character. I'd just wait until they update the standard banner and just get Hollow Purple Gojo, to be honest. Just because this character, it's not like the character is bad, it's just Gojo's better. He's just him, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, all right, well, why do I even bother pulling for this character? You want to conserve your resources and allocate them correctly, so that way you're able to pull the characters you want. So I'd probably skip this if you're free to play. If you're a whale, just fucking pull if you're going to pull, right? Like, you're a whale. I shouldn't need to tell you to do anything. You're going to do whatever the hell you want with your money. All right, now we're going to move on to the next information. So let me just pull that up real quick. All right, so this is basically going to be in the JP side, and next up we have, as you can see, this is in Inumaki. Now, I am pretty sure I said before, for me, Inumaki, I don't have a problem with him. He's very chill. I feel like the biggest problem that is starting to happen is there's too many good Inumakis, right? Hopefully this, I want this Inumaki to be good, okay? I want him to be good. It's just like, damn, if they keep making good Inumakis, it's like you slot him in on every team. Like the yellow one, kind of whatever, but then the blue one, amazing. Obviously, we don't have a green one. This is, I just want to put that out there, this is a red Inumaki. So it's a little bit conflicting with the other red Inumaki, but of course, you know, they're going to have different usages, so it's not like he's going to like conflict with that actual character anyways, unless there's a certain situation that you need to have like ult charge or something, and then you also might want him. Then it's just like, yeah, that's probably going to be the time that's going to conflict. But other than that, just kind of looking based off of this image that we see here, bro, the art looks phenomenal. I like it. Maybe it's not the best art out there, the craziest art, but I like it. I don't know what it is about it, with I guess him just looking into the moonlight and everything, and then it's very shining and bright, but also dark atmosphere at the same time. So I have, like, I don't know, it just looks really nice. So for me personally, I really like this art. Will I be pulling for the character? We'll just have to see what his kit does, but definitely I do want to try my, you know, little bit of gamba and see if I can get the character right. All right, so next up we have the event SSR memory. So of course, you know, when the character comes, there's going to be an event. This is going to be the memory that you can get from it. It's actually pretty nice for a free SSR memory. I feel like people don't appreciate how much time they have to put into making all this different art for all these different memories, and very consistently too. It's just like they kind of drop a new event or content or whatever it is, whatever it may be, like every like week or two. So it's like they do have to actually like start drawing some of these things, because, like, you know, these are all original essentially. We'll have to see what that one does too. Let's move on to the next one, which is like obviously the important one. All right, so this is the gotcha memory. So this is going to be the memory that's going to be coming alongside Inumaki. Now, of course, it's not spot on in like kind of tandem, or, you know, it doesn't really make sense with Inumaki itself. But I mean, there's a lot of memories that come out that don't really have anything to do with these specific set characters. So there's no fault, no problem at that. I just really like getting new art. Although Nanami's hands look kind of weird here. I don't know what happened here, but yeah, very nice art cat on it and everything. Hopefully it's an amazing memory, something that kind of like makes Inumaki feel better, but is also universal, and you can kind of use it on a different character. I don't like when you kind of get a very specific memory that's only for a very specific character, that, you know, you just can't get too much use out of it. I'm kind of looking at like Miwa's, for example, where, you know, it's a physical increased memory, but on top of that, it increases counter, like it increases your damage if you have counter state or some shit like that. So it's like, it's nice that it's catered for her, but then you can't really use it for other characters. And of course, as a free to play, not me specifically, but as a free to play, you definitely want to have a memory that it can be used in multiple scenarios and situations, because then that gives you a little bit of flexibility, right? And then obviously you don't have to keep pulling as much. But either way, it may be catered to him, and it might be very specific and unique, because that's kind of seems like what they're leaning on with a lot of the memories that have been coming out. But we'll see. But yeah, WR, I like this one. It's really chill, just have the cat and everything. Let's move on to the next piece of information. This is going to be regarding Inumaki's skills. I probably should have went over that first, but that's fine. Like not first, but like with Inumaki, but it's fine. We'll just get to it right now. It's the same shit anyways. This is all information that we're getting for JP. So let's move right into it. All right, so first up, we have the ultimate here. So, I mean, there's not really too much information that we could get from this, aside that it's literally just his ult. He's just, you know, using his words to, you know, attack the enemy. It's basically nothing else I can really say. So we'll just kind of move on to the next one. This is just the ult. So if you wanted to see the image of the ult, there it is. All right, so next up we have skill 1. Again, we're not going to really get too much information out of this. The only thing we do know about this character for sure, though, is that he is a red character, and I'll give you my reasoning for that later when we get to it. But yeah, this is just skill 1. Let's move on to the next one. Now here we have skill 2. Now, as you can see, skill 2 is blue, and usually, as you know, when you're playing the game, characters that have blue skills are more of, they're usually like CC, right? They're usually like CC or some form of debuff to the enemy. So as we already know, just based off of this image alone, you know, it's going to be some kind of CC or debuffing ability. Could be 2-in-1. We'll see. But yeah, this is definitely skill 2 is definitely a CC. And I do prefer that it is skill 2 because normally how it goes is your skill 1 costs you nothing. Your skill 2 is like a medium type cost. And then your skill 3 is usually your highest cost cursed energy skill. So that's not bad that it's your skill 2. Hopefully it's something like, I don't know, like 20 cursed energy or something like that. If it is, then obviously it'll be spammable, but we'll see. I'm not going to have high regards for this. Let's move on to the next one, which is going to be his skill 3. So skill 3 kind of looks just the same as the other one, except it has more of a splatter effect rather than the lightning looking effect from the skill 2. Not really much we can gain from this, aside that we know it is a damaging skill. So skill 1 is a damaging skill. Skill 2 is some kind of, it could be damaging, but it is some kind of debuffing skill, debuffing or CC skill. But yeah, not much information there. It's just kind of images. Let's move on to the next piece. All right, so next up we have this. This is just going to be one of his passives. I mean, I can't gauge anything off of this image alone, so we're just gonna have to wait and see what he does. But yeah, that's basically going to be his passive. Let's move on to his the new debuff or status. Right now, this one might be in connection with his skill 2. So we have this one. Now, as you can see, it is kind of a shield with a heart in it, and then the heart kind of appears to be bleeding or dripping. It's very difficult to say what this could be. It could be some kind of sort of like, I don't know, I don't know really. Could it be like no health regen or something, or like no healing for the enemy, or what? I don't know what it could be, but we'll just have to see. Like, as the shield is the thing that's throwing me off, but it has a shield, and then it has a heart, and then it has like, I don't know what it could be. Maybe there's nothing coming to my mind. If one of you guys know or have like any good like vague idea about it, just let me know in the comments. But for me, it's just like I'm not drawing up anything with this. It's just kind of very hard for me to kind of picture what it could be. Let's move on to the next icon. And this is going to be the final icon. So this is going to be a debuff. And then kind of just looking at it, you can already know, obviously, it is a debuff of some sort. Here we do have a shield icon. And on the shield icon, you can kind of see the curse technique icon. So just kind of judging off of this, I think this is going to be kind of a similar matter. Very similar to Green Ghetto, where Green Ghetto will debuff the enemy and they'll take cursed increase taken damage, right, from cursed technique. And then obviously for green characters, I think Inumaki is probably going to be in the similar scenario where he's going to be increasing cursed damage taken to the enemy while also it being for red, because this is the icon for red characters. So it's going to be good for him. It's going to be good for whoever else is on your team. How do I feel about it though? If we just kind of like take a look at the actual character list of red, let me just pull it up real quick. If we take a look at it here, as you can see, there's not really any crazy debuffing red characters aside for like, you know, Mai's really the only like red debuffer here, not counting Gojo, because Gojo, we're not going to consider him a, like, you know, he's like a universal threat, by the way, to every team. But I'm talking about more so a character that's going to permanently be on the field, you know, consistently providing these debuffs, not just from their ult. I feel like he's going to have a good place here, just because red, I feel, is like one of the most lacklusters out of all the typings now. Right, because green has got a lot of buffs, and then they got new characters, and then yellow was already pretty strong just with the characters they've released, and then of course blue was weak at some point, but then you have Sukuna now, you have Blue Inumaki. They kind of fulfill the whole entire roster of blue. And then we have, of course, red, where red is very lackluster almost everywhere. The only valuable units here are, of course, Yuta, Toji, and Domain Gojo. And then obviously you can use Mai in certain scenarios. The other ones are all kind of very niche. And then Hanami is, of course, you know, a free-to-play character, which is not, I'm not going to consider that into the character. So, like, obviously Hanami is a debuffer here, but mainly for, you know, reducing the amount of damage you receive. So Inumaki is definitely going to be increasing your curse damage characters, which Entail might actually kind of buff your Yuta more than your Toji now, right? Because if he's going to be buffing curse damage taken, obviously keep in mind this is speculation. I don't know what they actually do, but based on the icons, we can kind of figure that they're going to be increasing the amount of damage taken from curse technique. That's going to give more value to Yuta over Toji, since Toji is a physical character. So we'll see how that goes. So we'll see. I hope he's really good, but so far they've been cooking with them, so we'll see how they go with this one. He's probably going to be fired too. The blue one cooked, so surely this one will cook, right? Surely. Anyways, that's basically going to be it. I know it was a pretty lengthy video, but I just kind of wanted to give my thoughts, especially for Global and JP, on the matter, because of course I know a lot of people are probably going to be fuming about the fact that there's a rerun banner. So already, like data mine, which means that they're going to be coming back so soon. It's kind of absurd to me, but I mean, it is what it is. We all knew it was going to happen at some point. They literally said it themselves. They're going to be copying and pasting every bullshit that JP had. Like, if JP had it, Global will get it too. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. For me personally, I don't mind it because I did get all 3 of the characters already. But I know for some who tried to invest a lot into the character and only had a specific amount, that wasn't enough for pity and didn't get him. I know those people themselves are probably going to be a little bit furious about it, because I mean, if they just saved a little bit longer, then they probably could have got the character guaranteed. And it's very unfortunate. But yeah, anyways, appreciate y'all for watching. Much love, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.